Good morning, everyone. My name is NIKHIL and my PRN is 1053. Today's my topic is Industrial Training Report on G+1 Residential Building. So here we go. Then first of all, content, introduction, material stacking, clean beam, column, staircase, brickwork, and conclusion. Introduction. The basic need of the human existence are food, clothes, and shelter. From the immigrant man has been making effort improving their standard of living. The point of his efforts has been provided an economic and efficient shelter. The processes of the shelter, besides basics, used given in filling of security, responsibility, and shown the social status of the man. Every human being and immigrate lacking of the peaceful environment needed for this placement of living. This object is achieved by the having place of the living situated at safe convenient location, such as place comfortable and placement living required considered and keep in view. Then we move to the next point, material stacking and precaution. The shopkeeper, first of all, the shopkeeper should be take precaution while the stacking of the material. General norms followed at listed below. Second, the site engineer should be informed immediately of the receipt of the material to finalize the stacking location. Third, the material stocked in nearest to the immediate requirement place. Fourth, it should be stocked that material required file is utilized first. Fifth, all the material should be stocked in the located God owns. In case of this not possible, then list MS chain should be tried to securing item kept open space. The security guard should be informed to any such items to ensure that daily counting and checking observed. Here is our next point is what is plane beam. Plane beam are the horizontal structural member. Plane beam are adjacent column by each other and also known as the tie beam. They prevent the settlement of the brickwork and security by distributing loads on the superstructure to substructure. Backfilling. Proper backfilling of the foundation is of the first step of the good residential construction. The method used can be long lasting consequence of the life of the new home. This especially true when the considering basement type foundation. Improper backfilling has a potential to creating structural failure within the foundation. Good planning can help to avoid this constantly plinth, that is PCC. Firstly, all the rubbers laid to plinth sprayed with the sufficient water as long as the integral temperature and also clean the surface. The cause making or reference as laid of the some concrete proportion on the soliding concrete at the edges. After plinth, there is a description of column. Column are the vertical composition members take load to the beam and slab. A reinforced concrete column is said to be subject to axial load on concreting. Architecture requirement load of the support of RCC. Columns are caused in different shape, that is rectangular, square, hexagonal or circular. Column is the vertical member subjected to axial compositive load. Therefore, the columns are said to be compression members. Checklist of the reinforcement of columns. First is the spacing between the main bars. Distribution bar should be as per details. Second, the minimum concrete over the main steel is to be checked for a side of column of 40 mm. Third one, diameter of the bar should be as per RCG details. Fourth, the orientation of the columns and footings should be checked as per details. Fifth, acknowledge of the beams should be of 50D from the column face. After that, frameworks are the module of the concrete construction. They mold concrete into desired size and shape and control its alignment and position. Framework also carries the weight of the freshly placed concrete and itself beside the living and due to material requirement of the workman. The objective of the framework builder is the three-fourth quality of the safety and economy. Economy is the major content since the framework cost may be range anywhere from 25 to 60% of the cost of the uh, construction structure. Staircase. RCC staircase contains of the waste slab and trades and risers. It casted in the two portions. That is first operation is still landing level and the first as cost. During the next floor slab, the soffit of the framework structure is placed first, followed by typing reinforcement and framework of the trades and risers as placed. Checklist of reinforcement of for staircase. The reinforcement of beam and slab checked as per the detail of RCC drawing approved by the structural consultant and chief engineer. The spacing between the main bars and distribution bar should be as per the details. Second, the minimum crackers over the main steel to check for the bottom, and slide of the slab is 20 mm and beam is 25 mm uh, diameter, and bar should be as per RCG details. Bending of bar should as per the general drawings approved by the structural consultant. Here we see the structure of a curing can be described as the keeping the concrete moist enough to hydration of the cement can continue more eligibility. It can be described as the process of maintaining satisfactory moisture content and a favorable temperature in concrete. Types of curing, the different method curing. I have surprised in a site where immigration concrete is the fully immigrated in water tanks. Use the curing cubes as per the cast of members. Spacing water is spread on the concrete to keep it wet. Uh, it can use to curing of columns, slabs, footings, etc. Brickwork is a masonry done with bricks and mortar and generally used in build the partition wall. In our site, all the external walls were concrete of the most integral wall were made of bricks. English bond was used in the ratio 1 is to 4. 1% is cement and 4% is sand. 1 is to 6 was used to depending upon the whenever wall is 4 inches or 9 inches. Informant shall be 2 knobs ms round bars or indicated the diameter of the bars at 8 mm. The first layer of the reinforcement was used in second course, and then the every fourth course of the brickwork. The bars were properly charged at the end, where the position and where the wall is joined to each other. The late steel reinforcement was the completely imbalanced mortar. Brick can be of two types. These are traditional strength of brick and masonry mortar brick. Indian Standard Institution has been established the standard size of the brick, such as known as moldar brick. The normal size of the brick is 20 into 10 into 10 centimeter, where the actual dimensions are the 19 into 9 into 9 centimeter. Masonry with the mortar bricks work out to be cheaper. This savings up consumption of the bricks, mortar and labor compared with masonry with traditional. Conclusion: I am proud to say that this practical training helped me to understand the deeper, finer aspects of the civil engineering, and general the training was success. I learned a lot cope with the many practical problems with arise at my site and likely to arise in future. It gives me to confidence to handle the site independently. The various benefits which I have observed in organization where I was placed for training are a fair knowledge of the general handling of the site, the sound knowledge of the studying plan, the sound knowledge of about finishing time, a certificate experience which will be ever useful to me lightly. Lastly, a brief prospect of the job. It joined the same organization after completing BTech. The scheme in plant training provide a lot of scope to learning. All students should be try to maximum advantages of it. Proud to be a part of the civil engineering field in Debatu. Thank you.